It's early fall, it's been super hot. The fish this time of year aren't really into feeding. So, this time of year, a lot of times the fish are just really random. Sometimes it's all about just getting a reaction strike out of these fish, and a good moving topwater type bait, you can cover a lot of water, and they catch big ones too. Oh! Sometimes they just can't resist that noise of a buzzbait. It doesn't get much more exciting than that. That's what you gotta love about topwater fishing. Some of the most exciting bites, and a lot of times even when they're not wanting to bite, they'll bite topwater. And who doesn't love a good buzzbait bite? So when it comes to fishing a buzzbait, that's one of the things that makes a buzzbait just such a good, reliable bait. Obviously, you get to see the strike. It's a single hook bait, or a single hook bait with a trailer hook, so your hookup landing ratio is good. I typically throw a buzzbait on 40-pound braid, with a high-speed reel. So I mean, it's just one of those things where it's a great way to cover a lot of water, but then you get to witness the strike, and then also once you get a strike, your ratios of putting a fish in the boat are very, very good. Whenever I'm in a tournament, I always throw a trailer hook. So, we're out here trying to catch fish, so need to put a trailer hook on there. And I always use the thought process of, I may catch 10 fish on this buzzbait or have 10 bites on this buzzbait, and I may only catch one fish on that trailer hook, but typically that one fish is a difference maker in a tournament. So it's really important. My rule is, if I'm in a tournament, whether it's a buzzbait or spinnerbait, if I'm in competition, I'm gonna throw a trailer hook in it. Will it cause me to get a few more hang-ups? Yes, but the hang-ups outweigh the cost of losing a potential fish, because inevitably in a tournament, if I catch 10 fish on a buzzbait or spinnerbait, I'm gonna catch one fish on a trailer hook, and that's usually gonna be a key fish that makes a difference in the tournaments. Oh! All right. Tried to get me around that tree. Pretty nice fish. Huh, looky there. I think that's what makes fishing topwater so much fun, is that explosive strike, especially when it's a textbook deal like that. Right on that point, right where he should have been, he couldn't resist that clinking of that buzzbait. Thank you, fish. Right there, it was in a textbook spot. Got a nice little rocky point here. There's some wind blowing across there. That buzzbait goes across there clacking on the surface. It sounds like a fleeing bait fish or something, and they just can't resist it. And nice big single hook on there, got the job done. Oh, like that. Oh. Man, that sucker's fighting. How about that? And that's why you throw a trailer hook right there. That fish came up, swiped at the bait, and right there is a good example. Had I not had that trailer hook on, wouldn't have caught that fish. Had a good bite. Don't know if we could have got him to come back and bite something else, but right there, that's why you throw the trailer hook. A nice quality fish that we get to add to the numbers today that we would not have caught without that trailer hook. These big rocks that create a nice little edge, those fish will like to sit right on that edge of those rocks. They kind of sit right along them and create, use it as an ambush spot. But that's one of the things that kind of makes a buzzbait so good and versatile too. It's pretty weedless, so I'm not going to get hung up a lot. I can just throw it through these pads, but then I can still get up there and throw right along the bank, and it's a great way to cover water. Oh, he got it. Came back and got it. That was kind of cool right there. I just kept reeling steady, and you know, that first time I just completely saw that he didn't even get a hold of it. So I just kept reeling, and he came back and got it that second time. And all right, so that, you know, that was a double whammy there. The main hook got him here and the trailer hook. So you know, that's just a peace of mind, especially being in these lily pads like that, to you know, have that double hook like that. Oh, that was one of those that catches you by surprise right there. But that just shows you, you know, where that buzzbait, these fish can be finicky and, you know, not really be in the feeding mode, but that buzzbait will just draw those fish up and get them to react when they're not really wanting to feed. Thank you, fish. We've seen a couple little schools of shad up here around these rocks, and you know, by us fishing this buzzbait and covering a lot of water, we've been able to figure out pretty quickly that, you know, the fish are around the rocks. Obviously, I think they're around the rocks because the shad are around the rocks, and this buzzbait kind of has the same colors as a bait fish, so I think we figured something out. You know, a buzzbait will catch topwater fish a lot of times when others won't, you know, and draw fish up even in the chop. And I think that's what it does. I think it looks like a bait fish trying to flee, you know, get away on the surface. We've all seen shad that are trying to get away from bass. And, you know, obviously in the morning and evening, you have fish that are out roaming around and they're up chasing bait, which that's why, you know, a buzzbait's a great bait because you can cover a lot of water. But as the day progresses and the sun gets high, it puts the fish in the more predictable places. Topwater later in the day, but you know, some of the best topwater fishing I've ever had and some of the biggest fish I've ever caught have been in the middle of the day. There we go. There we go. We switched to that little Bass Pro Shop swim bait trailer on there, and you know, really mimics the bait fish that seem to be in here. That one got both hooks. Was not coming off either. There we go. But yeah, switched to that trailer and they seem to like it. You know, that double tail trailer was kind of creating a little bit of drag, and I wasn't really loving that. So we switched to this little Bass Pro Shops little swim bait trailer on here, and doesn't create as much drag, and you know, it really looks to be the same size as a lot of these shad we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of, you know, probably 3 to 3.5 inch shad in here, and that's what size this bait is. So what do they say? Match the hatch. So let me show you what we're throwing here today. This is a nice little 3/8 ounce buzz bait. This thing's a little custom made deal, and I've got it paired up with a little you know, trailer hook here that can swing. As we saw, that was really important today. And then one of the things I did, we started out with a white toad trailer on here, and then I switched it up to this little Bass Pro Shops. This is a 3.8 inch speed shad on there. This is a sexy shad color, so it's kind of a little more translucent in the clear water in the bright day. And I've got this paired with 40-pound Cast King hammer braid. So the odds of a bass breaking you off aren't very good. You're typically going to win that battle. This is a Cast King Speed Demon Pro. This is their 7.3 bladed jig rod. I really like this rod for buzz baits as well, because it's a 7'3", but it's got a soft tip to it, just like with a bladed jig. When they come up and eat that buzz bait, it allows them to engulf that bait good, but then it's still got a good backbone to be able to horse those fish out of heavy cover. Paired that with a Cast King Bassinator Elite reel. This is an 8-to-1 gear ratio reel, so you know, I can get it on the surface as soon as it hits the water, so I can work this bait comfortably and not have to overwork it. But then also, when a fish does hit it, I can catch up to that fish quickly and get him in the boat. There was a good bite. Nice one. Might be the best one yet. He was hooked good. Long one. Thank you, fish. See ya. you know, it's a time of year where the fishing's tough, and a lot of times the fish are scattered, so it takes a little bit to figure them out. So just put on a good old buzzbait, covered a lot of water, and we were able to figure out that you know, the fish are on the rocks. And if there's some wind blowing on the rocks, it's even better. Saving the best for last. Oh, there's a good one. They're getting bigger. Come here. Look at that one. It's a beauty. How about that? Hooked perfect. Textbook spot right on the point with the wind on it. What a beauty. Buzzbait fishing in the middle of the day.